Uh-oh.
Well, hello there, everyone. As I promised, this is Raven's Travels. This is the first episode. So welcome to Raven's Travels. I'm so super excited. Thank you so much for joining. So I decided to start off with my heritage and to introduce, kind of give you a feel of what I'm doing. So Raven's Travels is my new podcast that is all about Raven, myself, Enchanted Raven, going to different culinary places, houses, restaurants, wherever Spirit wants to take me, and learning about their food, because I really do think that food is the connection to your soul. So when you put good things into you feel really good. So, and listen, I'm a foodie, so I like to eat and I like to learn about new things, and I like to cook new foods and learn about the culture and the history behind it. And I'm Italian, so I'm Sicilian. So and of course, cooking for Italians is like everything. We start in the kitchen and it ends into the table, and I think that's kind of the idea that I'm going along with in Raven's Travels. Is we start in the kitchen, we learn about it, culture, we talk about different spiritualities, we talk about if where they think where they're thinking of in the aspect of do they still believe that, or what are their insights? Just kind of having that conversation and taking it to the table and finishing the conversation there and ending with a tarot reading for them. So I have, to start off, I have what's called the rainbow cake. As you can see, it's the flag of the Italian rainbow, and this is a process to make. It, I believe, takes I think up to 3 days, because you literally have to soak you have to push it down and soak into the bread. So any of you Italians out there that actually make it, give me a call, because then we can make this together, and that could be one of my travels. You never know. It's the Italian flag. I remember this as a young kid. They would come in cookies, and that's how I would have them. And I remember eating like 7 or 8 of them all to myself, just absolutely like adoring everything about them. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to call upon the collective, an ancestral reading for the collectives. I have my past life reading, past life oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, and the illustrations are by Brian L. Weiss. This deck actually took me a while to get used to. I was like, me, past life, I can't even tell my own life right now. How am I going to tell a past life? Like, how am I going to... The more I worked with it, folks, I have to let you know, work with it. Just push past that fear, push past that insecurity, the unknown, work with it, because now it comes so clear to me, and it is so healing to be able to understand why your fears from past lives carry on into this life. It may not be the same fear or the same situation that you're going through, but it shows itself listen, I can't talk today. Okay, rewind. Let's, it shows itself similar in this lifetime for you. So it's a lesson that keeps carrying on, and will keep carrying on over and over and over until you go, oh, yeah, I gotta get rid of that. Let's work on that. So I'm gonna do a collective reading for everyone with the past life. I'm just gonna kind of ask what is a general fear or a general issue from past lives that is a common denominator for the whole collective. So I have a couple of other decks here today. I also have a plate for my ancestors. I have a huge respect for the spiritual world, and I feel like if I'm going to eat with someone, then I would love to sit and eat with all of my ancestors. So I set a plate for them. This is my first podcast, like, about myself. I don't know how I'm doing, but stick with me, folks. It'll be all right. All right, so we're gonna try this. My cameraman Jay is also gonna try this. So yes, Jay from the podcast 239, say what's up.
What's up?
What's up?
Get a little bit closer.
Yeah.
I don't want to take off the ancestors' plate or nothing.
They said you're welcome.
Gotta leave a piece for them.
You can really taste like the cherry in it, the chocolate. It's so moist. It's so stick to your.
I'm gonna go for the chocolate. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I don't know.
that's the best part. Let's ganache. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at all of that. Like, it's
The redness.
oh, the passion. Yeah, right? Right? Okay. I gotta get a piece of this right here. The green, the healing, of course the healer in me. All right, this is a big old bite. Stay tuned. Oh my God. Should I? I should.
Go for it.
Ah! Oh, not coming out. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. We need to, no. All right. So traditionally when I do my tarot reading, I call in my three guides for my life this time. I have Archangel Michael, which I am working with his deck to use as a clarifying card. And what a clarifying card is I'll ask a question, and if I want a further answer, I'll just ask I'll ask Archangel Michael to give me a little bit more into the message. I call myself an affirmationalist. I do have a lot of gypsy lifetimes, so I don't really connect with the whole reading the future. That's up to you guys. I don't want to dabble in that. I will give you an insight into what path you're currently connected to through your heart chakra. I'm trying to combine two different words, center and chakra, but your heart, this general area right here, which is your fourth chakra. It's green, and it's the healing, and it is what this full moon, which is on February 9th, so by the time it'll be after the full moon. It's all about the heart center and the throat chakra, so healing all of that, being able to speak your truth, feel your truth, love your truth. So I will ask for affirmations from your heart center, so that's what I'm pulling on. No, I cannot read your thoughts. I don't want to. I have my own crazy thoughts going on right now. I don't want to read anybody else's. I don't have that ability. I don't really want to learn how to do that. I base myself off of vibes. Vibes don't lie. So, that being said, I'm going to start. And I'm going to call in Enchanted Raven, who is always behind me. She is my past life spirit guide, and it's my business that I named after. And I was actually her in the past life, I found out. I was on the Trail of Tears, and I was trying to heal somebody else by trying to stay with them and be with them okay, so that one wants to come out. On the Trail of Tears, and I ended up giving my life to save theirs. So that's how she integrated with me. And I'm not really shuffling these very well today, but it's good to go. And then I have, so Father. Okay, so that comes up. That turned right over. So for the general collection, I really truly feel that this could be a father figure. It could be a father actually in your life. It could be that you are a father. It could be the father of your father. It's a masculine energy. So again, the divine masculine is rising right now, and they are healing their past life wounds. So connect with your masculine, the masculine energy. So in other words, connect with that survival energy, connect with that stability energy, connect with, ask yourself the questions, why do I feel afraid? Why don't I feel trusting? What is pulling me into this cocoon of fear? Why am I not afraid to take that leap? You rely on your father so much. I grew up without my father, so this is kind of actually really perfect for me. I grew up without my father, so I've been really working on my stability, really working on my trust, really working on my inner self-love, knowing that I'm worthy of love, success, safety, all of that. So this is actually perfect for me as well, collectively, and working with your root chakra will help to do that. So doing meditations on seeing yourself grounded, grounding yourself into the earth, feeling that stable energy and having it rise all the way up out into the cosmos. So, okay, so transportation. That's the one that actually came out. So transportation, all right? So I get the sense that your father would leave, or your father left, or that masculine energy that you trusted is leaving and coming and going and coming and going, or it went and never came back. So maybe you have abandonment issues, which is huge. A lot of people have them these days. So And that is coming up a lot in multiple readings that I've done. So I'm going to kind of, I'm going to see, I'm going to ask Archangel Michael to give me a clarifying.
That didn't take long.
That he's very boisterous. Like he's like, I need to say something right now, and of course he needs to say something because he wants you to be gentle with yourself. Y'all saw that. That popped right out of the deck. Okay? So this is not your fault. This is not your energy to take on. Okay? Yes, you love your father, or you are angry with your father, you have mixed emotions about your father, but it's not your energy to take on. You don't have to take this energy on. It was something that your father was going through. It was something that, he was feeling at that time, and you took that energy on either as a child or either when you finally figured it out what was going on with your father or grandfather or boyfriend, husband, whatever. It's a male figure. You took that energy on. That's not your energy to take on. So to give you an example and to explain, my father left the day after I was born. So. And he chose a different life, rather than a life with me and my sisters. And for a very long time, I always was wondering, is it me? Did I do something wrong? If I wasn't like this, then maybe my father would come back. If I wasn't like this, then maybe he would show up one day, or he would stay, or he would. And I've never met my father, and he's passed away. So yes, I'm pretty sure he's here right now as an ancestor. And I finally sat with that because I would try to connect with that, and that was a huge thing for me. And a lot of people in my life right now have been helping me to be able to understand that it's not my energy to take on. And I always felt like I was overwhelming for others. I always thought that I would show my authentic self, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, oh my God, they'd leave. So I had to sit with that for a little bit, and I had to understand that it all led back to the day that my dad looked down at my bassinet and said that I can't love that thing, So when, still getting over it, working through it. So when I finally realized that was his energy, that he was overwhelmed, not that I was overwhelming him, that he was overwhelmed, and that this was too big of a decision for him to make, so he couldn't make that right now, that's when I finally understood, oh, it's not me. I'm okay, I'm worthy. I love myself because of this, this, and this, and this, and this. So that's kind of what Spirit is trying to say to you, that masculine energy, that feeling of unworthiness, that feeling of safety, that feeling of, if my dad doesn't love me, then who else will, So getting rid of that energy, that's where we need to start. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a father figure. It could be a very masculine female in your life, or a very masculine female energy present in your life. So being gentle with yourself and living back and going back and realizing that it was an outside influence, but how you took it was, you took on that energy, and you know what? You should be proud of yourself because you took on an energy that really wasn't yours to take on, that really wasn't yours to handle, but you handled it anyway, and you took that away from them to allow them to live the life and learn the lessons that they needed to learn. So be proud of yourself for doing that. You actually helped heal that. So take a look at that as transmuting that energy for that person. You were able to take that stress off of that person for them to go and do what they needed to do. He gave me three beautiful half-sisters. So without that decision that he made on my behalf, I wouldn't have 3 beautiful sisters to be able to do this with. So 5 beautiful sisters. I mean, one. We'll get into that. Anyway, let's see what else Archangel Michael has to say. I don't really feel like the past, I think that was basically the past life message that was coming across. Let's shuffle this one more time. My God, it's the first beautiful day out. I love it. The sun is shining. See, we're shining light on everything. It's the light. Be the light. I know, I'm crazy. You'll get used to me. It's fine. Everybody else does, right, Jen?
That's right. If not, oh well.
Listen, I'm a make it. No. can I please have one more card? Maybe possibly two, whatever. I'm not trying to control. Whatever you want to give me. Just maybe a couple more clarifying cards, please. Ooh, that one jumped and looked like maybe one to come out. See, I don't really, what I do is I kind of wait for them to kind of flip out or make a liar out of me, which he usually always does, but, oh, okay. Ah, I love it, I love it. I love spirit, I love it. Okay, so the first one that popped out was, your children are watched over by angels. Okay, so as you're going through this, as you're releasing all of your traumas, as you are, and your children could be, you know, students that you watch over, or anybody that you care for, or anybody that you have that maternal, paternal instinct to. And this might be something that you're thinking that you are doing to your children. You know, you're leaving and coming and going, but you're doing it to support them, or whatever the case may be. However this resonates for you, remember it's a collective reading. Just remember that your children are watched over. Much like as I was a child, I didn't understand why. But it never really bothered me. I never really longed for my father. I just always knew that, okay, you know, he'll come back at some point, and then he'll come back at some point. It didn't really start affecting me until I became a mother, until I became an adult. So in essence, yes, your children are always watched over. The angels are everywhere. Your loved ones are everywhere. Your ancestors are everywhere. They're always watched over, but you, as well as your inner child, is always watched over. And that's the part that you need to connect with this one, because your inner child is screaming for you, hey, I have an issue. I'm really, really scared. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get this message across and nobody's paying attention to me. So sit with your inner child and go, hey, it's me. We're all grown up, look, we're beautiful, we're handsome, we got this, no worries, but tell me what's going on. And that's what I mean by sitting with that energy. That's what I mean by really connecting with your inner masculine energy. Sit with that energy, go through those emotions, cry, punch things, get that anger out, get whatever it is. I mean, listen, have snot coming right out of your nose, cry, get it out, good, get it really out. And then listen to the messages. Take 3 deep breaths, drink a tall glass of water, and then really listen to the messages. Connect with your inner child, and just know that you are always watched over. They're always watching over. Anything that happens to you is something for your healing, and healing is always good. So the one that turned over is the one that I'm like super excited about, because this is the message that I always want to tell everybody. The situation is already resolved, everyone. It's already resolved. This is a lesson for you. It's like that teacher. She goes back every single year, gives the same test. You already know what's on the test. It's just a lesson that you have to learn. So you already know it's going to be resolved. You already know that you're going to get this grade. You already know it, da-da-da-da-da. It's already been resolved. All is well. You've lived through this before. You've lived through multiple things like this before. Everything, it's already resolved. It is already resolved. All you have to do is accept that flow of energy from your inner child. Sit with those emotions. It is okay to be emotional. It is okay to feel. It is okay. That's not being weak. That is actually being very, very strong. To be able to sit with your emotions and to feel that and to heal that. And to allow other people in your life and trust other people in your life to help you heal that. I am so honored and blessed and humbled by the people that come to me to be able to do this for them. And to see the relief on their face when they finally understand where that fear comes from, that's my purpose. And that is why I do what I do. And that is why I practice so hard, and I spent the last 20 years trying to do this, is to be able to give these special messages to everyone. So, I'm gonna leave these. Okay, we'll put this one right here. He says one more message and then we'll get to Jay's favorite deck. It's the butterfly. It's how everything came together for Jay and I.
That's right.
Our business adventure and our friendship and
transformation.
Transformation, exactly. So the energy right now is that we are in the cocoon. Yes, we are in the cocoon of change. We are actually in the part where we're going, our wings are about to fly. So it's this month of love, which is my favorite. Valentine's Day has got to be one of my favorite days. I'm all about love. I'm a Libra, Venus, hello, relationships, everything about love. I love love, self-worth, romantic love.
Agape.
Agape, which means unconditional love. I'm all about unconditional love. Unconditional love means For me, it means understanding to a point where you can look at a person and you can love their flaws and you can see past those flaws, because I like to call it you're imperfectly perfect. I love that, because everybody has flaws. Everybody has good things about them. Everybody has everybody has lessons to be learned. So it's about non-judging. It's about sitting in that space and being able to just look at that person and go, wow, with everything that you just told me and everything that you believe in yourself and everything that you tried to put yourself down, I still love you. And I will still always love you. And I will still always welcome you, and these arms are wide open. So I always say, come to me as you are, and I'll show you your heart, because you are beautiful. So that being said, oh my God, I'm gonna make myself cry again. No. See, I'm emotional. Okay. So one more message right in the middle, and then we'll do a butterfly change, and then I'm gonna eat the rest of that. Jay, you can join me, but I don't know how much. Oh my gosh. It's staring at me like, let's just, to my ancestors. Yes. Okay. Oh my God. I also have another piece of cake in there that I was saving for my friend. But I don't know if that's gonna make it to her. Sorry, Kelly. Let's get a shot of this beautiful place that I'm calling home for right now. Enchanted Reiking has found Paradise Wellness here in Bonita Springs, Florida, and it is just, oh my gosh. And in that little room over there, I am manifesting the Enchanted Cafe. So y'all give me some really good vibes. And this looks like a castle. This does. You can come here for facials. We're gonna be doing a lot of wellness things. We have our February event on the 15th at 6 p.m. here. So there's gonna be tarot reading, Reiki healing, there's gonna be jumping for joy, there's gonna be sacred sexual healing. That's Rashimba, that's Blue, my other counterpart. No, she's my sister from another mister. I absolutely adore her, and she is just such a light. Everybody really on the podcast is just such a light, and it was all brought to you by the man behind the camera.
That's right. I'm getting used to being behind the cameras.
He is the conduit for everything. He has, I mean, just since I've met him, folks, I can't make this up. I really just cannot make this up.
We saw something just fall out.
Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy, okay? You all have it in you to heal yourself. I am just, like I said, the light on the path. You all have it inside yourself. You just have to sit with these feelings. I know. Feelings are rough, they're hard, they're emotional. You don't want to go through them. They hurt a lot. But I promise you, on the other side of that pain is so much love and so much recognition and so many blessings, because you do deserve it. You deserve to be loved, you deserve to be appreciated, you deserve to be worthy and celebrated. But you also deserve to go through this pain. You also deserve to go through this healing, because in the end, it's all for the better and for the higher good of you and for everyone else involved. So I encourage you, reach out if you need to. Do not sit in your pain. Do not sit in your suffering. You are not alone. I can promise you that. I can promise you that you are not alone. So reach out. That being said, with all of this past life, we need like a little bit of, kind of guidance on what we do need to change. So if you are struggling and you've already done the healing, or if you've started to do the healing and you don't really know where to start, that's what I'm going to ask the energy of my guide on my left side, Serena Serafina. She is my guide for this life. So she is where I ask what can be done now, because it's a present. The present is a gift, and you should be taking every day as a gift, and you should be taking every sign that guys. There are signs. Am I correct? Like, there are signs everywhere. It just, you have to ask your spirit guides, ask your ancestors, ask your loved ones, ask them to send you signs. Tell them, hey, listen, if this is the path that I need to go down, then put a butterfly in my path.
Instant manifestation. Instantly, if you in sync with the universe.
That is correct. That is correct. Align yourself. Love the line. That's for Bloom.
Yeah, the divine line.
The divine line. Woo! Oh my God, I'm so excited for this. This is amazing. I'm having so much fun.
Your very first solo podcast.
Oh my God.
239 Spiritual Awakening.
Yes. Okay.
And shout out the Spiritual Communities Network too, by the way.
Yes. Beth and Beth and Gwen, thank you so much. You are just a light in our journey, and we cannot thank you enough for all that you do, have done, will do. So blessings to you guys, and thank you so much. Okay. I have to laugh.
Spirit don't lie.
Spirit does not lie. Like they're like these. Okay. So be true to you. Be true to you. You are amazing. Be your authentic you. I think I just posted something like this on my Instagram, which is gypsy_healer48. And be true to you. Listen, I had to learn that the hard way. I really did. I would always dull my sparkle for everybody else because I didn't want somebody that wasn't vibrating the same that I was to feel uncomfortable. So I would always kind of go with the flow and you know, connect with energies that really weren't what I was supposed to be connecting with. So finally, when I realized to be my authentic self, which meant my crazy, out there, loving, lovable, sensitive, just me, just being me, fully embracing me, that's when I started this whole thing, and that's when everything started lining up. That's when I started meeting the people that I needed to meet to get to where I am today. So be you, and I promise you that you will be brought into that path that is right for you, okay? And this is something so personal, it's not even funny, but I know it's a message for me, and I know that it is gonna resonate with you guys, and I know that there's gonna be some people out there that are gonna be like, oh my God, I was just asking for a sign. Well, here's your sign. Take the next step now. Okay? Do it.
I've been seeing that butterfly a lot lately too. That yellow striped one with the yellow striped one's I've been seeing that one a lot the last couple weeks.
Me too. Me too. And that is a personal sign from my spirit guides to me. So this was a very personal reading as well. So I got a lot of answers for myself, and I want to share that on you. And this is the point of my journey. I want to share that with you guys, and I want to give you my personal insights and my personal experiences and my personal stories, so that you can understand that I didn't just go through what I went through to not share it. To not help you to see the growth in what you could possibly do and what you can accomplish if you just believe and follow the line and follow your light and be authentic to you. I don't mean you have to get into tarot. I don't mean you have to do yoga. When we post things, we're just introducing you to certain things, and it might be like, oh, I want to get into that. Practice at it. If it doesn't resonate with you, go do something else. Like I do crystals, might resonate with you with crystals. Sage, candle magic, anything like that. If it resonates with you and it makes you feel good and it's for the good of the higher, and your intentions are only for the higher good of everyone else, very important, then go do it. And take that step now. And be you and be in love with you, because if you... I say this every time because it's like my favorite saying in the world. From RuPaul. Hey RuPaul, if you're watching. If you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love anybody else? Okay? Okay. I think I just got ghetto right there. But anyway. See, multiple personalities. Yeah, anyway. But that's it, loves. That's all I've got for you. They're not talking anymore. I think I've said what I had to say. Ancestors, I want to thank you for showing up. My Italian family definitely proved that they were here. My dad proved that he was here as well. And I've got some eating to do. Bye. Tune in next time. Love you all. Remember to be you.